Okay, this is notes. This is notes for lesson 12-4 for my regular geometry. We actually, if you go back to 12-4, we actually had some notes already filled out prior to this coronavirus. So this was what it should look like about angles inside the circle and angles outside the circles. You add when you are inside the circles, the two arcs, and you subtract when you are outside, and then multiply by half. What we're going to focus in on, though, is the second half. This is going to be dealing with segments. So we're not dealing with degrees. We're going to actually deal with segment lengths. So this first example here is when two lines are inside the circle, and these second two are examples when they are outside the circle, and how to figure out the segment length. So with this first one, it's kind of hard to read here, but it just basically says A times B is equal to C times D, which is kind of wordy. I like to do it like this because since I got colors, blue times blue is equal to red times red. And then that would be pretty much the equation. You'd have numbers there when you get to some of these problems, and you would just multiply it to solve it. So blue times blue, one portion times another portion is equal to red times red in this picture. When it's inside the circle. Now here's an example when they're outside. It's basically the same exact formula. There's going to be two lines. You are going to go this whole entire blue line times the outside portion is going to equal this whole entire red line times the outside portion. So I'll just write that down. The whole line, this is for when you are outside the circle, the whole line. And you'll notice it says right here, xw plus x in parentheses there. That represents the whole line times the outside portion, which is just w, which is basically the blue line. And that is equal to the whole line in red times the outside portion in red. And this is the way I usually just go about teaching this. Whole line times the outside portion is equal to the whole line times the outside portion. So let's do one problem here, and then we'll hopefully start our work. We're going to do number 2. Find the value of x. X here is right here. I'll use red. It is a segment length, so we're not dealing with angles and arcs. So what I'm going to do here is basically I'm going to use colors. You don't have to use colors, but basically this whole line times the outside portion in blue is equal to this whole line in red times the outside portion in red. And then that would be the equation. So I'll just rewrite that again. Whole line times the outside portion is equal to the whole line times the outside portion. And let's look at this picture again. The whole line is in blue, it is 20 plus 14, so that is 34 times the outside portion, which is 14, is equal to the whole line. In red, it is x plus 16 times the outside portion, which is just 16. And then you would do the distributive property here and then go about and solve for x. Okay. You do your basic algebra. Remember, this is multiplication here. I don't have the calculator with me right now, so I can't really calculate what this is equal to, but you would go about and solve for x. All right.